Hi everyone, first impressions for Oh My Goods Longsdale in Revolt. And this was in my, it was in my top 10 anticipated expansions for Essen. And the thing that really drew me to it, not only do I really like Oh My Goods to begin with, I think it's a really nice kind of push your luck, but this lovely idea of the production chains of trying to find the right combination of buildings to keep increasing your goods from lowly coal all the way to the most expensive things. I really enjoyed the game as it was, but the thing that caught my eye was that this was a story-based expansion, and to be honest, when I heard about it, this is the last game that I thought would get a story-based expansion. But now, having been excited about it and having tried it, I've only tried the first chapter in. We've played it two-player once, and I've played it solo, I think, 3 times now. And this was the first time I've won. And the fact that I won by so much leads me to believe that I did something wrong. So, just bear that in mind when you watch the playthrough. So I've only played chapter 1 so far and had a peek at some of the stuff that's coming in chapter 2. But I really, really am excited about this. It's a really, really nice idea that you're playing the core game as it is still, really, but there is a kind of story frame around what's going on. Some of the events will relate directly to the story of put this certain card in the deck, have these certain things in the display that now you can buy and put into your section of buildings. The people cards that go into the deck are really nice as well. There's a lot of really nice little touches that don't change the structure of the core game much at all. They add to it, which it's an expansion, you expect that, but it doesn't completely change the way the game plays. But having goals, and even in a competitive game, the thing was we needed to pay the same amount of food. You need worth 15 coins or you lose 7 points. That's really good because everybody has to do that, because that's a really big penalty compared to the cost of that food, of putting that food out. And in the solo game, it makes you work a lot harder for that, because you're not going to have anybody else to look at. You really, really need to work hard to get this amount of stuff in the solo game. But it's all about trying to find a combination in what you've got. Obviously, if you keep not drawing these buildings that produce any of these foods, you're going to be having a really bad time in the solo game. But there are a lot of ways of getting these things. They're going to come out eventually, hopefully in time. There's you could have gone the cattle way if they had come out rather than the bread making. There's still a lot of stuff for you to do, even if the perfect things don't come out there. The corn as well, I've tried before, just trying to get corn as early as possible so it's going to produce throughout the whole game, and then that could take care of the food for you if you get enough of that. So that can mitigate the draw of the cards not drawing the correct production line of things, a nice chain of buildings that all go into each other, like these bread things here. It's never, as I said at the end of the playthrough, it's never happened before when I've played it, and I'm sure it will never happen again. I'm sure for chapter 2 I'm going to be back to being punished for making bad decisions. Usually, the way Oh My God usually goes, for me anyway, is I always have faith in putting my worker efficiently on any building that I decide to put them in, and the market always has other plans for me. But that's the nature of the game. That's what's fun about the push your luck part of it. But yeah, I really love the little story that's going on, this little revolt that's brewing in Longsdale. This, spoilers if you didn't watch the playthrough and you still watch this. There is, there's another side to what's going on, as it turns out at the end of that game, and obviously these things are going to get more and more pronounced as the game goes on. I don't really want to spoil too much of what I've seen, but I'm very, very interested to see what else happens in this story. So, Oh My God's Longsdale in Revolt. It's another thing that it's just remembered. You can also just play this as an expansion to the game as well. You can just not bother with the story and playing in the chapters. It's got a special setup card as a way of all-inclusive. You shuffle all of the buildings into the deck, and it makes a different event deck for you to just play an all-inclusive game, and you can just play that way as well. So there's a lot of options in here. And that was Longsdale in Revolt. I have really enjoyed it so far. It's a really, really nice concept. Really surprised me when I heard that Oh My Goods was getting this kind of expansion. But so far, it's really worked well, and I'm really, really looking forward to the next chapters in the game. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.